If I ever have to go to prison, I will definitely get a lot of dicks in my ass. Thankfully, I don't think that they actually give you soap anymore in the prison. Rather, it's actual like some like powdered stuff for soap because too many people are getting dicks in their ass when they pick up that bar of soap. Now, the reason that I start my video off by saying that is because I've mentioned this in Q&As, but I've really never defended my position on why I truly believe that you and I can joke about any subject and any ongoing issue, even race really. I believe that you can make racist jokes. I believe that you can make stereotypical jokes. I believe that you can make feminist jokes. I believe that you can make rape jokes. Granted, I'm pretty sure that you and I both know that there are certain times where jokes are not appropriate. Like if someone close to you is saying, hey, you know, I was actually sexually abused, and they're just coming out admitting this type of thing, and then you make a rape joke, that would be a completely inappropriate thing to do. But I'm of the belief that you can joke about any subject and that there are no off limits. There's environmental factors that go into play on what is appropriate and what isn't, but I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt into where you already know that. I don't need to tell you that there's certain times where things are and are not appropriate. You're a big boy or a big girl. I don't need to tell you something that basic. But what I do want to do today is kind of just talk to you guys about why I am such a strong advocate for why I believe you can joke about anything. In fact, if you've ever been to my TeamSpeak, my voice server that I have, it is a place that is very open. People say what they think no matter how fucked up it really is. People make jokes about everything, and this video even stemmed from my TeamSpeak, because I believe it was like a month and a half ago, I was in my TeamSpeak, talking with viewers and subscribers of mine, and it just so happened that I made a rape joke about myself. Because if you've watched my videos very early on this channel, I was sexually abused growing up. It could have been a lot worse, but it did affect me in a very negative way, and it was something that I had to deal with and go to therapy to get fixed for, because it could have consumed my life to the point of me committing suicide, and it almost did. But I've reached the point in my life where I like to joke about myself. I like to joke that, hey, yeah, I used to self-harm. Yeah, I got scars all up on this forearm here. And I do make fun of myself all the fucking time for that, because that's how I view life. When you have painful experiences, when things go through your life and you get out of those and you overcome those things, you have to look back at it and you have to laugh. Why would I want to see my arm and to get all sad and depressed every time I see my laugh? I look at my arm and like, wow, I was really stupid back then. Wow, I was really naive. Wow, I didn't realize that I was doing all this harm to myself when I actually thought that I was doing good to myself by self-harming. I like to make fun of myself because it shows that I am over what happened to me and that I'm a stronger person because of it. That's how I view when I make a rape joke about myself being sexually abused. That is my line of reasoning. Same with self-harming. Same with, universally, this is how I view, you know, the topic of jokes. There's no subject matter that you can't not touch. No pun intended. But it always blows my mind when I make a rape joke about myself being sexually abused growing up, and people tell me like, Daniel, you can't say that. You shouldn't be joking about yourself in that degrading way. No, it's not degrading. It's empowering for me to be able to joke about something that really affected my life in a negative way, and to be looked down upon it and say, you know, I've overcome that, now I can just laugh at how ridiculous and stupid I was being, or how trusting I was being to someone who I shouldn't have trusted. I choose not to beat myself up in the fucking head all the time because I self-harmed, or because I fucking trusted someone who sexually abused me. I don't beat myself up over that, and that's how I can make jokes about myself, and that's how I know I've truly overcame the stuff that has happened to me. And there are plenty of people who've had a lot worse. And I've come to the conclusion that I can't convince you of anything, actually, on this channel. I can maybe influence your perspective to change, but trying to make someone think the way I do about rape jokes or jokes universally in general is just not gonna do anything. It has to be your individual choice to where you come to that position in your life where you decide for yourself that, hey, maybe I was wrong about this or that. So if you're against rape jokes, if you're against racist jokes, if you're against whatever, I'm not trying to convince you of anything, but I'm telling you what works for me. And it's been shown that a very popular coping mechanism among tragic events like 9/11 is to make jokes about it. You know how many 9/11 jokes there are? If you go to any 9/11 video on YouTube, you can see comment sections of people making jokes about 9/11. It was Russia, it was the Eskimos, it was the fucking Indians, it was the Mexicans, it was the whatever. And there are some really funny jokes about it. And yeah, it was a tragic experience, but tragedy is a traumatic thing, and through so much trauma, people need to make jokes and laugh about those things in order to mentally fight the trauma that has happened. That's why I love morbid and dark humor, because there are so many different things in this world that we will truly never understand how it feels to lose someone in a terrorist attack. And some of the ways that we express that is by not understanding it. We laugh at it because it makes us feel uncomfortable, because we don't know how to respond to these types of things. Therefore, we make jokes out of it, which makes the situation lighter for us and other people, even victims of the tragedy. I used to be a victim. I'm a survivor now, and now I make fun of myself all of the time for all the stupid shit that I've done. And I hope that one day you can come to that conclusion too, about jokes universally being able to be joked about in any subject. And I just want to put my 2 cents out there. Take it or leave it. Those are my thoughts. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, but that's okay, because disagreement's good. It's common. And let's be honest, if you watch someone and agree with them on everything that they say, you're kind of a boring person. Let's be honest about that. That includes me too. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I will have a Facepalm Sunday video for tomorrow. Also, my TeamSpeak is linked down below in the description. Always make sure to expand the description of my videos because I have all my links down there, and a lot of people don't even realize that I have them.